I've only encountered one real cure to anxiety. I'm Dr. Wadsworth, psychiatrist, medical doctor, author of the 9 Steps of Change. I prescribe pills for anxiety all the time. I'm going to be honest with you, they don't work very well. Sometimes they can kind of take the edge off the anxiety, but it doesn't usually get rid of it. Benzodiazepines, they're going to make it worse long term. Very similar to having like an alcohol addiction. You drink some alcohol, you feel better, but when that stuff wears out, it's going to come back with a vengeance. Other medications seem to just make people sort of drowsy or tired. They're not really fixing the anxiety. Now, to fix the anxiety, you need to have an entirely different mindset. You need to think of anxiety as a state of being, not as a symptom. So for example, let's say that I never exercised. Say I was a slow runner. And I go to my doctor and I say, "Doctor, I'm a slow runner. Can you fix that?" They're going to say, "Well, you probably will need to start running every day." No, doctor, just give me a pill. Well, I don't know, I guess giving you some caffeine might give you a little bit of energy. Maybe you could run a little faster on that. But it's not going to make you a fast runner. And it's the same way with anxiety. Your brain and your nervous system become conditioned for you to persist in an anxious state. And in order for you to overcome that conditioning or deconditioning, you will have to engage in mental exercises until you are no longer conditioned to be an anxious person. It will be slow, it will take time. The more anxious you are, the more time it will probably take. But eventually you can be conditioned not to be constantly anxious, just as you can be conditioned not to be slow. If you're really diligent with the exercises, I've seen it take about 3 weeks at the fastest for someone to no longer be an anxious person. And that means daily conditioning exercises, mental exercises that they have to engage in order for them to no longer be an anxious person. Now, I'm not saying that they'll never be anxious again, but I'm saying to change their baseline, their homeostasis, what they are at resting. That's about the fastest I've ever seen somebody turn around. But much like running, it's a gradual process. If you run a mile in 20 minutes, I'm not going to get you to a 5-minute mile in a weekend. Maybe you don't even have the genetics for that. Maybe the best we can do is a 10-minute mile. But going from a 20-minute mile to a 10-minute mile is going to take some training. If you have anxiety and you would like that training, I can show you how to do it. I'm currently seeing patients in Idaho, at least if you want it to be billed through insurance. I'm also planning to create a course that goes through the fundamentals of how to not be an anxious person. And if you want to see me without going through insurance, I can see you from any state, but it would have to be a cash-based visit. Click on the link to get a hold of me, and good luck.